Step into the mysterious world of America's criminal underbelly as we delve deep into the riveting history of the infamous Irish mob. Prepare to be enthralled by untold tales of crime, power, and intrigue that have left an indelible mark on the nation's past. Welcome to a riveting exploration of one of the most notorious criminal organizations in American history, the Irish mob. In the annals of crime, few groups have left as lasting a mark as these fearless and resourceful individuals. Today, we'll journey back in time to uncover the origins and early days of the Irish mob in the United States, as well as the nefarious activities that propelled them to notoriety. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, waves of Irish immigrants flocked to America, seeking better opportunities and a chance at the American dream. However, faced with discrimination and prejudice, many found themselves on the fringes of society. It was within these marginalized communities that the seeds of the Irish mob were sown, as they sought strength and solidarity in the face of adversity. As they settled in various cities, particularly in places like New York, Boston, and Chicago, the Irish mob began to establish its presence, slowly gaining influence and power. They forged tight-knit bonds within their communities, creating a network of criminal enterprises that would become synonymous with their name. Bootlegging, gambling, and racketeering were among the criminal activities that defined the Irish mob's legacy. During the Prohibition era, when the sale and production of alcohol were banned, they capitalized on the demand for illegal liquor, creating a vast and profitable empire. Speakeasies sprung up, clandestine alcohol production thrived, and vast fortunes were made in the shadows. But this was just the beginning. The Irish mob's involvement in gambling and racketeering further cemented their status as formidable players in the criminal underworld. Their cunning and ruthlessness allowed them to expand their empire and establish dominance over their rivals. As the Roaring Twenties roared with unchecked enthusiasm, the Irish mob seized a golden opportunity during the dark days of Prohibition. The ban on alcohol sales created a lucrative market for those who were daring enough to exploit it, and the Irish mob wasted no time in capitalizing on this newfound source of wealth and power. With alcohol now outlawed, a clandestine industry emerged in the form of speakeasies, secret establishments where patrons could imbibe in secret. These hidden havens became the epicenters of revelry, attracting a wide array of clientele, from high society elites to common folk seeking to drown their sorrows in the forbidden elixir. The Irish mob's influence extended beyond mere drinking establishments. They played a pivotal role in orchestrating the illegal production and distribution of alcohol. From covert distilleries hidden in remote locations to intricate smuggling operations, they ensured a steady flow of contraband reached the thirsty masses. The profits from bootlegging were nothing short of staggering. The Irish mob amassed immense wealth, and their coffers overflowed with the spoils of this illicit trade. This newfound wealth not only fueled their criminal enterprises but also helped to establish their iron grip over the communities they operated in. However, the era of Prohibition was not without its perils. The scramble for control over the lucrative alcohol trade led to violent conflicts between rival criminal groups. Turf wars erupted, and bloodshed stained the streets as these factions fought for dominance. The Irish mob, with its fearless leaders and a ruthless determination to protect its interests, proved to be a formidable force in these dangerous showdowns. Amidst this turbulent backdrop, the Irish mob's legend grew, and their notoriety spread like wildfire. They became a symbol of rebellion and defiance, flouting the laws of the land while reveling in their newfound status as outlaws. In this chapter of history, we witness the Irish mob at the height of its power, navigating the treacherous waters of Prohibition with cunning and audacity. Their legacy would leave an indelible mark on American society, forever etching their names in the annals of crime. Join us as we journey deeper into the Prohibition era, exploring the murky world of bootlegging, speakeasies, and the violent clashes that shaped the Irish mob's gripping saga. Within the ranks of the Irish mob, some names loom larger than life, leaving an indelible mark on the criminal landscape. Among them, James, Whitey, Bulger and Dion O'Banion stand out as iconic figures, each wielding their own brand of power and ruthlessness. James, Whitey, Bulger, a notorious Boston gangster, emerged as a formidable force in the world of organized crime. Known for his cunning and calculating demeanor, Bulger rose to prominence as the leader of the Winter Hill Gang, a feared faction within the Irish mob. His criminal exploits ranged from racketeering to drug trafficking and extortion, and he remained a master of evasion, skillfully evading capture for years. However, despite his cunning, Bulger's reign of terror eventually came to an end. After years as one of the FBI's most wanted fugitives, he was captured in 2011 and convicted of numerous crimes, including involvement in 11 murders. The once untouchable, Whitey, Bulger faced the grim reality of life behind bars, his empire crumbling around him. Dion O'Banion, on the other hand, made a name for himself as a charismatic and flamboyant figure during the Prohibition era. As the leader of the North Side Gang in Chicago, he held sway over bootlegging and gambling operations. O'Banion's audacious personality and penchant for flashy behavior earned him both admiration and enemies. Sadly, like so many of his peers, O'Banion's life was tragically cut short by a rival's bullets. His assassination in 1924 sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld, igniting a bloody feud that would later be known as the Beer Wars. Despite his untimely demise, O'Banion's legacy lived on, inspiring a new generation of mobsters. The influence of figures like James, Whitey, Bulger and Dion O'Banion reverberated through time, shaping the trajectory of organized crime for years to come. Their exploits and notoriety continue to captivate the public's imagination, serving as cautionary tales of power, ambition, and the consequences of crossing the line. The legacy of the Irish mob in the annals of organized crime in the United States is one of intrigue and infamy. For decades, this powerful criminal organization wielded significant influence, leaving a lasting impact on the criminal underworld. As the years rolled on, the landscape of law enforcement evolved, and societal attitudes shifted, leading to the gradual decline of the Irish mob's reign. Law enforcement agencies, spurred by public outcry, intensified their efforts to dismantle these criminal networks. With increased resources and cooperation between federal, state, and local authorities, the once untouchable Irish mob found itself under mounting pressure. The implementation of stringent laws and the establishment of specialized task forces targeting organized crime led to the disruption of their illicit activities. Racketeering charges, coupled with extensive investigations, resulted in numerous high-profile arrests and convictions. The once formidable Irish mob was forced to adapt or face the consequences of their actions. As society evolved, so did the criminal landscape. The end of Prohibition saw a shift in focus from bootlegging to other lucrative enterprises such as drug trafficking, gambling, and extortion. The decline of traditional mob activities, coupled with new rivalries and power struggles, fragmented the once united Irish mob into smaller factions, further weakening their influence. While the golden era of the Irish mob has passed, echoes of its existence still reverberate in the present. The enduring allure of organized crime persists, albeit in different forms and under various guises. The legacy of the Irish mob continues to be romanticized and mythologized in popular culture, capturing the fascination of new generations. Today, law enforcement remains vigilant, ready to combat any resurgence of organized crime. The fight against criminal syndicates is an ongoing battle, with authorities continuously adapting to the ever-changing tactics employed by those seeking to exploit societal vulnerabilities. Though the glory days of the Irish mob may be a thing of the past, the lessons learned from their rise and fall continue to serve as cautionary tales, reminding us of the enduring struggle between law and lawlessness. As we navigate the complexities of the modern world, let us remain steadfast in our pursuit of a society free from the grip of organized crime, inspired by the resilience of those who stood up to the once mighty Irish mob. The history of the Irish mob in America is a captivating tale of power, intrigue, and criminal prowess. From its origins in the tumultuous streets of early 19th century America to its prominence during Prohibition, this criminal organization weaved a web of illicit activities that left a lasting impact on the nation's history. The story of the Irish mob should not be confined to the pages of history books. Rather, it should serve as a cautionary tale that resonates with modern-day society. The rise and fall of this criminal empire exemplify the cyclical nature of organized crime and the potential for its resurgence. As we explore the world of organized crime and its impact on American history, we are compelled to remain vigilant against its persistent allure. Through continued awareness, education, and cooperation with law enforcement, we can stand united against the influence of criminal enterprises. It is essential to acknowledge that the legacy of the Irish mob extends beyond its era, leaving indelible imprints on the social fabric of the nation. By reflecting on this complex history, we can better understand the forces that shaped America and how criminal organizations can influence societies at large. By exploring the intricate tapestry of American history, we gain a deeper appreciation for the struggles and triumphs that have shaped our nation. The story of the Irish mob is but one chapter in this rich narrative, urging us to remain vigilant and proactive in safeguarding our communities from the perils of organized crime.